It is, of course, yet another beautiful weekend in the city. And what better way to kick off the weekend and unwind than with all things travel and tourism? My name is Jemima Ndebele.
Joined by Glenora Shipura.
And today we will be giving you a rundown of all of the top trending tourism stories, destinations, as well as getting to the point of some very, very interesting tourism-related topics. Do stay tuned.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
First up in our topics, we will be taking a look and discussing the recent Mpox outbreak. Although no cases of the new strain of the Mpox, formerly monkeypox, have been recorded in Namibia to date, the tourism industry has already noticed cancellations by tourists. Tourism Minister Puhamba Shifeta emphasized that Namibia is safe for prospective travelers to visit and that there is no need to panic. The CEO of the Hospitality Association, Kita Paitold, said that it is important that Namibia as a country stays up to date with developments and not tolerate misleading information. She said that the population must be informed about the facts of the disease and how it is spread, as well as how one can protect oneself against it. Authorities have already taken steps to introduce heightened health checks at certain border points. Namibian truck drivers and travelers planning to visit affected countries have been advised to be vaccinated. On the 14th of August, the World Health Organization declared Mpox a public health emergency of international concern, its highest level of alert for the second time in 2 years.
I like that Namibia is preparing for it. And that it's not just gonna, find us unprepared. I like that we are putting in things in place, measures in place to make sure that we're protecting the people in Namibia and the people that are traveling to Namibia. I like that. It's a step in the right direction.
Exactly. And I mean, I think we had so much to learn from the COVID-19 outbreak.
Exactly.
And we have learned that being innovative and forward-thinking when it comes to these things can help in curbing, mitigating such a crisis in such times.
In our next story, in another step in the right direction, the new Magistrates Court for Environmental Crimes in Oshwarongo was officially inaugurated this week. According to the Office of the Judiciary, between the start of 2015 and the end of last year, 2,567 wildlife cases were registered. Only 958 were finalized. The courts have struggled to cope with the sheer number of cases they are being inundated with. It said that the escalating number of cases is due to increasing wildlife crimes and Namibia's law enforcement agencies' collective effort to investigate wildlife crime. The Permanent Environmental Crimes Court is a legacy investment that will make a lasting contribution to countering wildlife and broad environmental crime in our country. It will help address several long-standing challenges, including the problem of drawn-out cases and court case backlogs. I love that. I love that we have one in Oshwarongo that can deal with this specific matter, because it is a concern. We've had too many cases of poaching and so forth, and over the years, the numbers have been going up instead of going down. So it's good to hear that there is these measures being put in place.
Particularly in the central northern regions where the poaching rates are so extremely high and where we also have a high number of animals that are endangered, such as the cheetahs and so on. So it is very, very important that, it is in that region, but also that we are making proactive efforts to really, really protect our natural species. But moving on, we do have some exciting news as African tourism has been experiencing a remarkable turnaround in its tourism sector since 2022, leading to an influx in foreign currency. Now, experts agree that now is the time to capitalize on the renewed interest in Africa as a tourist destination, noting that opportunities like this are rare. According to Professor Elmarie Slabert of the Tourism Research in Economics, Environment and Society, also known as TREES, Research Unit at the Northwest University in Potchefstroom, South Africa, says that Africa is in the best possible position to benefit from post-pandemic travel. In terms of tourism, the continent has grown significantly post-COVID-19, and according to the United Nations Tourism Report 2024, the continent has achieved a 96% recovery, which is driven by European markets.
96%, that's quite big. That's a big deal.
I mean, that is because we really took a blow with COVID-19.
We really did.
So to see this influx is very, very positive.
And revive so fast. You know, I would have thought people would be more hesitant to travel after the COVID-19 pandemic. And the fact that people were actually eager to, travel more and see more places and, visit Africa, which is amazing. I'm quite happy that it's at 96%.
Exactly, but I also think that with COVID-19, people realized how short life really is and that nothing is promised. So now people are becoming more intentional about creating memories and traveling. So I think it's beautiful to see, especially with Africa being on the benefiting side of it.
Yes. Up next is destinations.
Irongomed is a leading distributor working in partnership with NewMed and WestMed to meet the comprehensive needs of the Namibian healthcare sector. As a partner pursuing sustainable global healthcare, we offer industry-leading medical solutions through our key focus areas, which include pharmaceuticals, orthopedics, ophthalmology, surgical devices and capital equipment, as well as a well-established scientific laboratory division. In healthcare, Irongomed is committed to making a difference. What about you?
Now, starting us off in our destination, Saki Lings from Auob Lodge tells us more about the lodge, which is nestled among the iconic red sand dunes and dry riverbed just outside of Gochas.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Saki. I'm the office admin at Auob Lodge. Auob Lodge is situated between Stamford and Gochas on the C15 road. We offer here at Auob Lodge, we offer accommodation, excursions. The accommodations is 745 per person, breakfast $130, dinner $185. We also have excursions like a game drive, guided walks to the back of our reserve in the beautiful Kalahari Desert. We have a nice big swimming pool, very inviting, a very nice bar, and we also have 25 rooms, 4 family rooms, and yeah.
You know what I like about this lodge in particular? So there's obviously the game drives. They also offer hiking, assisted or unassisted. So you can go with a guide or you can go by yourself as a group. And then after that, they have this diner by the dunes. So it's like a sundowner dinner that you have at the dunes.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I want that experience, And after, I'm a hiker, I love hiking. So I'm the girl who would probably go for a hike. But then coming back and then you just have a nice dinner watching the sunset.
Exactly. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I tell you, the staff is just as incredible. I had the privilege of actually visiting the Auob Lodge.
Yeah.
And the rooms, everything from the service to like you said, even the activities that they have, they really, really go the extra mile for their guests. So if you do happen to find yourself in the southern surroundings, in the area of Gochas, then be sure to visit Auob Lodge. But if you happen to find yourself close to Mata, which is not so far from the Gochas area, but is also at the entrance of the Kgalagadi. Kgalagadi. I always struggle with that one.
I was actually wondering how to say it. Is it?
It's Kgalagadi.
Kgalagadi. Oh,
Yes,
I like
yes.
it.
So then now we're going to have a quick look at the Torgos Lodge that is a mere 5 kilometers from the Mata entrance of the Kgalagadi Transfortier Park. Melanie Kotze tells us more about the facilities and activities of this beautiful establishment. Let's have a look.
My name is Melanie Kotze. My husband, Manus, and I are the owners of Torgos Lodge. We are a truly unique lodge built in 2002 and situated in the south of Namibia, only 5 kilometers from the Mata border post, which is the Namibian entry point into the Kgalagadi Transfortier Park. You'll not find a more perfect place to escape and to make a visit into the Kalahari Park as a day visitor. When you've seen everything there is to see in the park, you can enjoy the restaurant and pool area to relax. We have a waterhole in the dry Auob riverbed, and it is lighted at night for your game viewing pleasure. We have 10 luxury chalet accommodation units scattered among the camel thorn trees. There are 6 air-conditioned luxury stone chalets and 4 partly tented luxury chalets. During your stay, you can enjoy a really divine 3-course dinner. That can be confirmed in most of our reviews. We also offer lunches and breakfasts. We've recently added luxury campsites to our list of facilities. Our campsites have a barbecue area, running water and electricity lights, and plug points. Each campsite has its own ablution with hot water. And on top of your camping experience, there are game roaming freely between the campsites and the chalets. We also offer activities on our lodge property. A sundowner drive, which venture into the dunes, where you can spot animals like giraffe, oryx, eland, blue wildebeest, sable, and springbok, and much more. On top of a red dune, you will enjoy refreshments and watch the most beautiful sunsets. You can also take a walk in the veld from the lodge, either into the dunes or along the riverbed. Not to forget the abundance of our bird life. We have a vulture breeding area and a vulture restaurant. You can sit outdoors or on top of a dune in the evenings, look up and touch the stars. You will have to look far and wide for a clearer night sky. Last but not least, there's our farm stall, Sitsas, a mere 200 meters from the Mata gate, where you can find the best free-range meat, sweet things, coffee, soft serve, gifts, and much more. It is a wild world out there. Come and relax with us. Thank you.
All right, that concludes our destinations, which are like breathtaking. I need to make my way there. I know you've been to one of them, so I'm definitely going to make my way to at least start out with Auob Lodge and then move to Torgos Lodge. Up next, we have To The Point.
Entries are now open for the second round of Republicane's Bridal Couple of the Year competition. Couples married between 1 June and 31 August have until 30 September of this year to enter the second round of the competition. Another one of the top 10 couples will be chosen from this pool to participate in the final, taking place in May 2025. To better your chance of reaching the final, enter now. To enter, simply WhatsApp #bridal2025 to 085 785 6231 and follow the on-screen instructions or scan this QR code.
In this segment of To The Point, we will be hearing from safari expert Villiers Steyn, who is a professional wildlife photographer, content creator that explored the Nossob Rest Camp in the Kgalagadi Transfortier Park, as well as the game drive routes and waterholes around the camp. Let's hear what Villiers Steyn has to say.
Hi, I'm Villiers Steyn and I'm the safari expert. And in this video, I'm going to tell you more about Nossob Rest Camp in the Kgalagadi Transfortier Park, along with what you can expect to see around camp. It will take you between 6 and 7 hours to cover the 170 odd kilometers from the Kalahari's main entrance at Tweerivieren to Nossob Rest Camp, which lies on the edge of the Nossob riverbed. Nossob is one of the most popular rest camps in the park, and you have to book nearly a year in advance if you want to book your spot. As you enter the gate, you'll find a filling station, and behind it, a reception building with a small information center, filled with hundreds of stunning images taken in the park, as well as facts about the Kalahari scavengers and predators. Next to reception is a small shop that sells gifts and very basic groceries, as well as Wi-Fi vouchers that have to be used inside or right in front of it. One of Nossob's biggest attractions is the camp hide that lies at the end of a long walkway and that overlooks a man-made waterhole in the Nossob riverbed. If you spend enough time here, you're bound to see something amazing. The camp also has a swimming pool which comes in very handy during the hot Kgalagadi summers. When it comes to accommodation, the riverfront chalets are most popular because of their view over the Nossob riverbed. The regular chalets don't have the great view and are a little bit more basic, but they're still very comfortable to stay in. Because the stands are small and right on top of each other, the main campsite feels cramped pretty much right throughout the year. At least there are plenty of shade trees, as well as a large and clean ablution block with both cooking and washing up facilities. Each stand has power as well as a braai grid. If you'd like a little bit more privacy, you can book one of the premium stands closer to the fence, which are not only spaced further apart, but that also have private ablution facilities and kitchenettes. I sometimes lie flat on my stomach in the campsite to photograph ground squirrels, yellow mongooses, and all the little birds attracted by the bird baths under the taps. Also check each and every tree in camp for owls and owlets that roost here during the day. At night, Nossob's power goes off between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. Always walk around with a headlight and closed shoes after dark because snakes like Cape cobras and puff adders are often found in camp. Right, now that you know what to expect from camp, let's talk about the game viewing opportunities around Nossob. I use a very useful book called Kgalagadi Self-Drive Routes, Roads and Ratings to plan my game drives. Not only does it tell you what to expect from each waterhole, but also the stretches of road between them. If you follow the link at the top of the video description to order it online, you'll get a 10% discount when you check out. When you go on game drive from Nossob, you have two options. You can go north towards the Namibian border, or you can go south towards Tweerivieren and the popular Marise Draai. My tactic is always to follow the good light. In the mornings, I typically head north at a steady pace in search of lions, which are very often found between Nossob Camp and Kwang Waterhole. I then try to be back at Kubikikwap Waterhole no later than 7:30 to photograph everything that comes down to drink. Ringneck doves typically arrive first, often in their hundreds, attracting predators like blackback jackals, red-necked falcons, and lanner falcons, all of which try to catch them. The doves are usually followed by sand grouse, which quench their thirst in tight-knit flocks. If you're patient enough to sit until midday, you stand a chance of photographing large raptors like bateliers, secretary birds, and vultures, all of which drink during the heat of the day. And throughout the morning, you obviously stand a chance of seeing a variety of mammals at the waterhole as well. Because Kubikikwap is so close to the road, it really is a photographer's dream. But not everything is so easy to photograph around Nossob. The riverbed is much wider here than further south towards Tweerivieren, and thus many of the animals you'll see will be very far away from you. I highly recommend that you bring a good pair of binoculars with, and if you're a keen photographer, a long telephoto lens as well. If you don't own one, consider renting one from Outdoor Photo in Pretoria like I do. I'll add a link to their website in the video description. Another challenge, especially when you drive north of Nossob, are the high road edges, which not only makes visibility tough, but that causes the road to turn into a river after heavy rains. If this happens, there are definitely a few places that you could get stuck, and therefore I always travel with a satellite phone from Sat4Red. In the afternoons, I usually head south towards Kaspersdraai and Chileka. Red hartebeest are common here, and you definitely stand a chance of seeing lions as well. And over the 25 odd years that I've been coming to the park, this is where I've had most of my cheetah sightings around Nossob. When it starts getting late, I head for Mariesgat, a waterhole right on the bend of the Mariesdraai Loop Road, which is bathed in golden light just before sunset. It attracts a lot of general game, and I've photographed lions here before on many occasions. Look out for African wildcats and spotted eagle owls in the camelthorn trees, and other small creatures like bronze, whistling rats and honey badgers on the ground when you drive back to camp. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to leave a comment below. Also check out the website links in the video description, including how to make a booking at Nossob and where you can order Kgalagadi self-drive routes, roads and ratings online.
You know, I absolutely love travel content, especially that more and more people are getting into it, because now, you know, like we said, the world is opening up, more people are wanting to travel more, and that is why Africa's travel index has also gone through the roof.
It's skyrocketing.
So I love this content. I love how he put it together so well and showed us all of the beautiful elements of this rest camp. But with that, we have now come to the end of yet another informative edition of Tourismus Namibia.
And I think Jemima has a special message to the viewers, because this is unfortunately her last episode with Tourismus.
And I will be joining you on the other side of the camera and enjoying all of this juicy tourism content with you for a change. But Glenora will be here to grace you with her amazing presence and keep you posted on the latest and top trending tourism topics. But until next week, be sure to tune in and have an amazing weekend.